Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Sal117. So, I did a previously video about talking about my action cartoon idea, whatever, but this time I wanted to, when I did that, I thought of one interesting factor that I feel like animation is really missing out on, and that is seriousness of a cartoon show. Now, what I mean by that is the fact that we haven't gotten any like a darker or more serious cartoon shows as of late. Now, of course, I'm not saying not every cartoon show needs to be dark and serious, but especially with the adult cartoons, one of my biggest pet peeves is the fact that a lot of adult cartoons, instead of starting them out, not everyone, but a lot of them would start off as a comedy-based show instead of a character-driven show or a very dark political type of show or something like that. But the reason why I find that is an issue is the fact that why do you always start off every single adult cartoon as a comedy, and I find that really annoying, mostly because as much as I love comedy in adult cartoons, but I feel like not every single cartoon every single adult cartoon needs a comedic based comedy based humor or something like that. Oh boy, I'm real bad at this. But still, one of the biggest examples is BoJack Horseman. It's actually one of my favorite Netflix shows. I actually finished watching it, and yep, BoJack Horseman, just like Walter on Legendary Defender, is over. But the difference between Legendary Defender and BoJack Horseman is the fact that BoJack Horseman is more adult-oriented cartoon rather than kid-oriented show compared to Voltron Legendary Defender. God damn, I really hate saying that animation is just for kids, but I'm not saying it, but I'm just trying to, make like a comparison between two different shows that are made for different type of audience. But with BoJack Horseman, when I first time saw the show, I did not like. One of my biggest gripes is the fact that a lot of cartoons, especially in modern day age, they kind of start off as bright and colorful. Like a lot of people, these modern cartoon industries, especially modern cartoon creators, just like decided to eat smile dip or taking drugs or something, and they decided like, yep, we're gonna make bright and colorful shows. Now, of course, it's not a bad thing, but sometimes, especially for adult cartoons, it kind of feels really odd. When I first time saw BoJack Horseman, I was not really into it, mostly because the show, when I looked at BoJack's character design, the first thing I thought of when I saw BoJack's character, I was like, yep, this is the retarded meme factored Harlem Shake horse from Harlem Shake video, a lot of Harlem Shake videos, and I was not, and for a while I did not watch the show. But after a while, when a lot of people said really good things about BoJack Horseman, just like with Steven Universe, I give it a shot, and I fell in love with the show. It was at the start, of course, the issue was the fact that it started off as a comedy, but later on the show was getting darker. It was talking about really serious topics like suicides, depression, your sense of worth and stuff like that. And I feel like when I watch BoJack Horseman, I can really relate to the show, because I feel like me personally, I feel like I'm trapped in this kind of situation that I'm in. Next week I'm going back to college, the boring place of all boring places. Then I will need to find a job or something like that. But I still want to. The reason why I do YouTube it is because I want to do something more than just being the person that I am. I want to try out new things. I want to learn how to play drums or electric guitar, because I love modern rock music. I want to do YouTube stuff, talk about animation, because my drawing skills are terrible. Maybe I try to do reviews for each different show. maybe I will also try to draw, maybe try to create a modern cartoon hero, and maybe writing and many other things, because I don't want to feel like I'm not that. I don't want to feel like I'm not important. And when I watch BoJack Horseman, I feel like I can really relate to this show. I can really relate to the situations that a lot of these characters are going through, especially BoJack Horseman himself. And even though BoJack Horseman is not a good person, you understand his situation, why he is like this, why he is in the situation he is right now, and that's why I really like the show. But I really hate the fact that it started off as a comedy-based type of show, and that's why a lot of adults like brush it off. And because of the like really colorful animation, like people were on LSD or something, and they just like, yeah, it's another kids type of show, we don't need to watch it. And I really hate this argument with that whole it's just for kids issue. Like, for example, Batman Beyond, I will do a lot of comparisons with Batman Beyond, but Batman Beyond, when you first time look at the show, it's not bright and colorful, it's not really like, it's not really, comedy based. This is actually more of a serious take of a superhero genre. It takes itself seriously. Even Batman the Animated Series started off as a very serious show, but it still had some colors in it, but still it is a very dark and serious show a lot of the times. Even though there are some episodes that are a bit more humorous side rather than the serious side of the spectrum of the show. But I really hate the fact that animation, I feel like the biggest question is the fact that would people prefer more serious take on cartoon shows in general? Like, for example, my action cartoon show idea is more like PG-13 kind of show idea, but of course a lot of people say, why PG-13, not R-rated? I kind of did actually wanted to make this action cartoon R-rated, but I don't know. I feel like I want to create an action cartoon that is specifically made for everyone, not just for teenagers and adults, but also for kids as well. Because I feel like a lot of kids don't get action-oriented shows that are serious, have character development, and so forth. That's why I did the video talking about the idea I have for the animated show, and I said one of the complications I have with the whole political correctness and stuff like that is because we barely get any serious cartoons that have more serious stakes and have actual character development, actually have a story, world building, and stuff like that. And with my show idea I have with the superhero I have is the fact that he has like this insane power of a very powerful magical dragon, but because his body is not built for fighting a lot of the times, he gets like a heart attack in some cases when he uses his powers for too long. His vision gets blurry, and also when he uses the power of the dragon a lot of the times there will be a few occasions that their blood will be coming out of his nose that considering how massive the power of the magical dragon is, that is sealed inside of the character, and also it's sealed inside, and it was originally sealed inside a very powerful magical sword that is built off of a material that was never built, that doesn't exist on Earth, and could easily cut through steel. And because of that, the character tries to meditate, try to train his body, and at some points to, have a better control over his power. Because my biggest complaints I have with superheroes and with their superpowers is the fact that they have like these lack of consequences when using their powers. And I wanted to make a more serious take of using superpowers and having more higher stakes for the main hero using his abilities. Kind of similar with Generator X, where Generator X, his power, kind of similar with Raven and Generator X, where their powers work through emotions, and want to do a similar take on the main character of the superhero genre. And and so forth. And the show will have some really interesting, mature, dark moments as well, but I haven't gotten that far. I really want to actually continue writing that story, but because of college holding me back, and of course me dealing with emotional issues, I have been like not getting onto the story. I'm currently, I really don't, I don't want to say it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it because people might think I'm weird, but I don't want to say it seriously. I don't want to think. I don't want people think of me, think of less of me, because I don't want people thinking I'm weird when I want to say what I want to say, but I don't want to say it. Fuck. God damn it, it's really hard. It's really complicated because opinions suck sometimes. But it's like, if you have a different opinion on something, it's like people try to judge you in the worst ways possible, especially how people on Tumblr were affected because of it. And I don't want to mention Tumblr because Tumblr was shut down, or basically the whole porn stuff was deleted and from Tumblr, like for fuck's sake. Like, people sometimes kind of go overboard with the whole Tumblr being shut down, and I don't know. I'm not too into Tumblr that much compared to many other people. I don't know. I'm just kind of a different person with this whole ordeal. Even though I'm 24 years old, I'm trying my best to sometimes hold the urges I have with the whole adulthood, so people don't think less of me, because I want people thinking of me. I'm deep down, I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person, but because of how political correct people have becoming, especially with the whole about the whole over exaggeration with the whole sexual harassment thing. It's like people just go overboard with this whole thing, and it's like it's real hard to live in a world where people just accept you the way you are, and even though you are different you're different from many other people. And I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but with the whole situation, with the whole series cartoon stuff, I feel like it really is, it will really be interesting to have more mature series cartoons. I don't know, maybe have some comedic moments as well, but not to a point that it kind of distracts you from the overall tone of the show. Like, for example, Voltron Legendary Defender, it can get really dark at some points and really insane, especially when they're fighting supervillains, but at the same time it does suffer with the whole humor thing. For example, one of the episodes, especially in season 5, I believe, Shiro is basically practically dying. They want to resurrect Shiro. Keith stays behind to look out for Shiro, even Allura, and later on Lance, Hunk, Paige, and the mustache guy I absolutely hate. God damn it, I can't remember. I think his name was Koran. I don't know. I sometimes I really forget about all the names, but they go on this quest to find this kind of animal thing that has like the cure for Shiro's condition. But with the whole serious subplot with Keith's past, and seeing Shiro has this big father figure, Shiro not giving up on Keith all the time and trying to look out for him, trying to make him understand what it means to be together with other people, what it means to be more social with other people. And you do fully understand Keith's situation, but then later on during the half of the episode, it focuses more on this comedic side of these characters going on those wacky adventures, and it kind of really kills off the seriousness of the plot of the Keith's plot of resurrecting Shiro. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, there's a time and place for humor, but that was not the place or time for humor. And there are a lot of times where Voltron Legend, the Defender, kind of suffers for it with this kind of ordeal with balancing out humor and in serious situations. Voltron Legend of the Defender was not the only show that has done this. Like I said, I would say the Voltron Legend of the Defender was basically made by the same team that did the Avatar series, mostly Legend of Korra, and Legend of Korra had the same issue as Voltron Legend Defender, the fact that the show focused more on way too much on the humor, for the wrong reasons, instead of the serious plot points of the arc or something, and that's why it doesn't work. And I'm getting dehydrated again. Jesus Christ, I should have bought another soda last few days ago. Oh God, I'm losing consciousness. Fuck. But still, yeah, but with the whole humor and serious plot points, I feel like people just, especially with the modern cartoon industry, it's like they don't know how to balance out humor and action. Like, for fuck's sake, if you want to tell a serious story or make a good action scene, then stop focusing on humor at the same time, because it will kill off the immersion of the action that you're establishing in the episode or in the show. And I wouldn't mind having to see actually an R-rated version, R-rated animated movies as well. Like, it will be really interesting to see R-rated movies. Like, for example, if the Death of Superman animated series, if DC actually, especially if Warner Brothers allowed to make the Death of Superman R-rated, they could have done more with the whole action, with the whole deaths of people. They could have done more with Doomsday. Like, Doomsday is nothing but a killing machine. Like, they could have done something more with Doomsday, like in the comics. Like, if you wanted to make an R-rated, then just fucking do it. Like, that's why my biggest complaint with the X-Men movies is the fact that they really do a very poor justice with Wolverine's character. Basically, Wolverine is not exactly a kid-friendly character. He always is this. He always have violent tendencies. He has like animal-like based instincts. When he pops out his claws, the things just, when he stabs you with those claws, there's no way blood doesn't come out of people's fucking organs or something like that. Like, for fuck's sake, Wolverine's bones and claws are made of one of the strongest material ever, adamantium, and the fact that blood doesn't come out with every time Wolverine stabs someone through someone's chest or something, like, that really defeats the purpose of Wolverine's actual character. Like, that's why X-Men Origins Wolverine failed, is because the movie failed because they didn't do proper justice for Wolverine's character. But Wolverine is always a really violent character. He has these violent tendencies. He's a really violent character, and the fact that they made it PG-13, it really doesn't work for a character like Wolverine. That's why I really like the Logan movie, not just because of this really dramatic take on the story of X-Men movies, but also because they did proper justice for Wolverine's character, because Wolverine is not exactly kid-friendly character to begin with, and that's why Deadpool also worked as an R-rated movie, because he's not a kid-friendly character. Ryan Reynolds did a fantastic job playing the role of Deadpool, and that's why he was really pissed how Deadpool was handled in X-Men Origins Wolverine. The reason X-Men Origins Wolverine video game worked because they did justice for Wolverine. He's a violent character. He's an R-rated character. You don't make Wolverine PG-13 because it doesn't work that way. But nowadays a lot of movies, especially, I feel like too many movies play it safe with PG-13 ratings. Like, it doesn't work. Like for example, making a horror movie, especially for a horror movie called Slender Man, making it PG-13. Whose idea was it to make Slender Man, fucking Slender Man, PG-13? If you made an R-rated movie about Slender Man and actually picked up good people who to actually know how to do a movie about Slenderman the right way, then you could have made more money. You could have actually done a proper justice for a horror movie, but nah, we didn't make it PG-13. Like, for fuck's sake, I really hate the whole idea with the fact that a lot of movies are PG-13, including a lot of animated movies as well. Like, not every single movie needs to be PG-13 for Pete's sake. No wonder we really get any good movies with original ideas, because you basically Hollywood, animation industries, many other like entertainment industry as whole are restricting people from creating something they originally intended that you actually want, and because of this, they don't have a choice to make something creative, something original, something amazing that could be remembered for the longest of times. But nowadays it's like PG-13 haha jokes and stuff like that. Like, are you kidding me? We need more serious takes on cartoon shows, especially for cartoon shows as well, for even animated movies, shows in general. We need more like serious take on these things, because nowadays Disney is just rebooting again Disney movies that are already been made. If fuck's sake, if I wanted to watch Lion King, I'll just pick up the DVD for the Lion King that I just got and put it on my PS3 and watch that movie there. But nowadays it's like, nah, we need more reboots, rehashes, or sequels. Like, I will watch Wreck-It Ralph Wrecks the Internet, or Wreck-It Ralph 2. I don't know how do you pronounce it, but I will watch it today. But I'm not sure how the movie will turn out. Some people say it's really good, but I don't know how to feel about this, because the whole internet hammering in kids shows, movies, social media jokes, basically internet in general. It's like shows that people don't have any ideas for jokes anymore. Like, they just want to hammer in social media, or feminism, or even fucking SJW agendas in there, because how the entire world has gone insane nowadays. But still, I want to see more R-rated films, but because of political correct, how insane people are on the internet, how oversensitive people have become nowadays, we can't have more freedom to create something creative, something original, something more adult oriented, for more serious, or adult oriented for any people from different age groups, or all age groups. You know what I mean? Like, when you guys like. Tell me what you guys think. Later on I'm gonna get a drink. I'm getting dehydrated just talking, because I can't take a breather for 2 seconds, because I haven't talked to anyone a lot for the longest time in person, because people just try to bully me, try to kill me, whatever, and it's like, yeah. Anyways, but still, I apologize if I am gonna say sorry again, because for sometimes for getting out of topic when I do these videos, but it happens to me a lot. I don't know why, but still. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think we really need more serious take on animated shows, movies, and if you do like this video, and share this video with others to spread the message, if you really want to see more serious mentions, and if you want to listen to my slideshow for my action cartoon idea I have, then I will leave that video in the link of the description if you want to watch it. I know a lot of people are not gonna watch it, even though 20 views are on it, but still I prefer that. Still, I want to continue out with my life. I still love YouTube, and I do hope YouTube is not doesn't get shut down on January all over Europe because of Article 13. So yeah, still like this video, share this video with others, and comment down below what you guys think. Do you honestly believe we should actually get more serious or darker, or more mature cartoons or movies for the entertainment industry or animation industry in general? So yeah. let me know in the comments, and this is Someone with 7 signing off.